A bank account is running under your name and all its funds are transferring into. Archangel Michael says, you must open this now and read it completely. For weeks, a hidden trail has been forming behind your back, one so silent and well-planned that even your closest ones wouldn't suspect a thing. A bank account is running under your name, and someone has started draining every fund into a place you've never authorized. What makes this more chilling is that this account was opened with real documents, your documents. The address is masked, and the alerts have been silenced. You were never meant to find out, and yet heaven chose this moment to reveal it. Someone who knows intimate details about your life is involved. They know your birth date, signature style, and even your past financial habits. That's how they've been able to mimic you so perfectly, until now. This is not just about stolen money, it's about stolen identity, stolen control, and a setup designed to collapse you in one sudden move. But something is shifting today. Something divine is cracking open the false wall they built around your truth. Type Amen to get blessing 333. You have to understand the gravity of what's happening. This isn't a simple scam or a petty theft. It's a trap set with long-term intentions. The person doing this thinks they've gotten away with it because no alarm has sounded. Archangel Michael says, the person connected to this account is closer than you realize. It's not a stranger, but someone you've once helped or trusted in a moment of weakness. They've used that past bond to manipulate the present in their favor. The documents linked to this account are forged with expertise. The bank itself wasn't even aware until a strange pattern was flagged by a software. This happened exactly 19 hours ago. The person panicked and attempted to lock the activity, but heaven saw it. Right now, you are being watched from a distance. Your silence is being mistaken as ignorance. But heaven says you are waking up, and they are not prepared for what your awakening will unleash. Type Amen to get blessing 444. There's a woman who laughed when she heard you were receiving divine protection. She dismissed it as superstition. But today, the system that's been shielding her actions is starting to glitch. You were not meant to suffer for long. This message is arriving because the time of exposure has come. The trail she left was hidden, but not deleted, and it will be used to pull her down. There is a man working in the financial sector who has started questioning a transaction made in your name. He is the silent witness heaven has sent. He doesn't know you, but something in his spirit told him, this doesn't feel right. Archangel Michael says he has already nudged this man's hand to begin an internal review. Within the next 72 hours, a report will be generated with your name at the center. And that's when the eyes of the system will turn toward the one pretending to be you. Type Amen to get blessing 555. This entire process started months ago, on a Wednesday evening. The person behind it visited a cybercafe far from your location. They submitted online forms, input bank codes, and used a VPN to mask their real address. Every detail was premeditated. This wasn't an impulsive crime. It was a cold, calculated move fueled by greed and jealousy. They watched your growth. They saw you rise despite battles. And instead of being inspired, they felt threatened and chose betrayal. But what they didn't realize is that your blessings are not transferable. Your soul carries a seal that cannot be copied, even if your bank account can be. Type Amen to get blessing 666. There's a hidden camera footage showing them accessing your supposed account. Their posture is nervous, hands fidgeting. They thought no one saw them, but a third-party AI security flag caught the clip. Soon, you will receive a document in your inbox. It may look ordinary, but read it fully. The name used in that forged account will be embedded in fine print. This message is not just a warning, it's a prophecy. You were never meant to go down this path alone. The angels have already begun aligning legal forces in your favor. They thought they silenced you, but now the heavens are thundering with your name. The hour of silence is over. Type Amen to get blessing 777. A former friend of yours is connected to this situation. The link is subtle, but it's undeniable. She once shared confidential things about you with someone she shouldn't have. That information was used to unlock gates. It wasn't a full betrayal, until now. She didn't stop it, and silence is complicity. You may feel a storm of emotions rise within you. Don't act yet. Archangel Michael says, divine justice is slower, but stronger. Behind a locked drawer in her apartment, a set of printed bank transactions lie hidden. They match the secret account, and she prays you never find out. Type Amen to get blessing 888. One of your numbers, either your national ID or banking digits, was copied by hand. That person has a connection to a law office. They disguised it as routine paperwork. A junior clerk noticed something odd, but he was paid to look the other way. Until today, when he heard your name whispered in his conscience. You are being moved into divine focus. The money they've taken has cursed their own hands. They will not sleep tonight, and you will not be defeated. The system is starting to fail on their end. Glitches, flags, reversals. The universe is correcting the injustice in waves. Type Amen to get blessing 999. There is a government-level digital trace forming. You are not the only victim of this identity web, but you are the only one chosen to break it. That's why your case has been spiritually selected to begin the chain reaction. They thought you had no voice, but you have a voice, and a spiritual army behind it. The fraud they committed is about to become the reason they kneel in court. Archangel Michael says, heaven has permitted a divine investigator to rise. He doesn't wear a badge, but he carries a fire inside him. And that fire is aligned with your truth. You will soon receive news from an unexpected source. Don't ignore it. It will contain the very evidence you've been praying for in silence. Type Amen to get blessing 1010. The person pretending to be you once said you were too trusting. They laughed in circles that whispered lies. But they had no idea that heaven was listening in those shadows. Every bank transfer they made has a digital echo. And now, it's screaming back at them. Their time is no longer protected. Soon, the screen they log into will freeze. A system message will appear. User under investigation. They won't even have time to hide what's been taken. This message is meant to awaken every part of your soul that thought justice wouldn't come. It's here. And it starts with this truth. Type Amen to get blessing 1212. If you wish to express your support further, you have the option to give super thanks, with contributions of up to $20. You will begin to feel a shift within your atmosphere. Conversations will feel different. People will start acting strangely around you because they feel the walls closing in. A woman you once confided in is starting to panic. She didn't think the energy would turn, but it has. Her words are starting to return to her like a mirror. When you hear from someone unexpected this week, know this: they're only contacting you because they sense exposure. But do not be deceived, this is not an apology. It's fear disguised as care. Type Amen to get blessing 1313. Archangel Michael says, the next step will be shocking. You may receive an anonymous message, pretending to warn you about the account. This is them trying to cover their tracks. But they will fail. Their messages will contradict. And their fake concern will become evidence. You don't need to fight this with panic. You just need to stay aware and silent. Let the angels do the roaring. When the call comes in, either from a bank or a voice you once trusted, speak few words. Observe. Every detail will serve your redemption. Type Amen to get blessing 1414. This was never just about money. This was about testing if your soul would surrender. But heaven already knew. Your spirit is made of storms and survival. From now on, each step you take is protected. You are entering a divine firewall, where your energy cannot be hijacked. The light around you is becoming visible. People will wonder how you rose from this. They'll question why you're calm. But you will know. It's because Archangel Michael already fought the war for you behind the veil. A reversal is coming. And when it hits, the truth will flood like a river breaking a dam. Type Amen to get blessing 1515. Shadows are falling. Secrets are surfacing. And you, the one they underestimated, are becoming the light they can no longer avoid. Stay grounded. Stay watchful. Stay ready, because what was stolen will be returned multiplied. This is your restoration. This is your exposure. This is your miracle in motion. Type Amen to get blessing 161. The exposure will begin in a quiet way. First, a system alert will reach a high-level financial official. That alert will mention your name, but not because of what you did, because of what was done using your identity. This official will be guided by a divine nudge to take it seriously. He will pause his routine to double-check the data. And the moment he zooms in, he'll spot the mismatch, a detail the imposter couldn't forge. From there, the unraveling begins. A report will be pulled. A flag will rise. The thread will lead straight to the one who thought they'd buried your truth beneath digital lies. Behind the scenes, a divine chain reaction is being set off. Type Amen to get blessing 1717. Type Amen to get blessing 1717. The person you once helped, perhaps gave money to or offered a favor, used that moment of trust as a weapon. They kept your information. They waited patiently. Then, like a vulture, they struck when they believed your attention was elsewhere. But the one thing they forgot was divine timing. Heaven does not forget names. And angels remember every act of betrayal. This message isn't a coincidence. This is the intervention your soul prayed for silently, in the dark, on the nights you couldn't sleep but didn't know why. Your inner voice tried to warn you, and now this is confirmation. Type Amen to get blessing 1818. There is a device, a laptop or tablet, containing everything. It's not even password protected the way it should be. The person became arrogant, careless, assuming no one would dare look deeper. That device will be found. It may be through a repair shop, a police warrant, or simply a forgotten moment. But when it is, the emails, screenshots, and forged authorizations will be enough to collapse the entire scheme. Heaven will make sure that proof is not erased. The angels are preserving it with divine encryption. No fire can burn it. No water can wash it away. Justice is being written through technology and spirit at the same time. Type Amen to get blessing 1919. Do not be alarmed when people start distancing themselves from you. They may sense what's coming and try to protect themselves. But heaven sees all, who spoke against you, who watched silently, and who is pretending now to care. You will know them by their sudden kindness. You'll feel the truth hiding behind their words. That's your spirit warning you not to fall again. One day soon, a letter will arrive. Maybe through email. Maybe physically. Inside it will be the first official confirmation that your name was misused. Read it. Do not panic. Then let the angels handle the rest. Type Amen to get blessing 2020. Archangel Michael says this is a season of correction. What was misused will be restored. What was mocked will be honored. And what was hidden will now be brought into the light for all to see. The time for pretending is over. The darkness had its moment, but now the dawn has come. No more manipulation. No more silence. This bank account was meant to destroy your future, but now it's the very evidence that will protect it. The person thought they wrote your downfall, but they accidentally wrote your proof of innocence. That is divine irony. That is angelic justice. Type Amen to get blessing 2121. In the background, a woman is trying to delete messages. She's calling someone she thinks can help her. But what she doesn't know is that every move is now being monitored by divine alert. Screenshots were already taken. A log of every action is saved in the cloud. One even she can't reach anymore. It was backed up by someone who didn't know they were serving a higher plan. The person who helped her, someone in disguise, playing both sides, will soon turn. They will switch allegiance when they realize how deep they're being pulled into this. That's when the whole tower will collapse. Type Amen to get blessing 2222. You may suddenly feel emotional, overwhelmed by what you're learning. Let it flow. That's your soul releasing the weight of deception. Every tear is a crack in the prison they built around your name. The angels are surrounding you now. Even as you read this, they are moving across systems, servers, and soul contracts. Everything is aligning in your favor. When this ends, and it will, you will not only get your name cleared, but you will also rise higher than before. The money stolen will be tripled. The shame attempted will turn into spiritual gold. You are walking into divine compensation. Type Amen to get blessing 2323. Remember, this is happening because your destiny is too powerful to be stopped. That's why they tried to cut you off silently. They feared the light you didn't even fully recognize in yourself. But Archangel Michael says that light is now waking up. And with it, all lies are losing power. The masks will fall. The fake accounts will be exposed. The true faces will be revealed. When your phone rings next, pause and listen. The shift has already started. And nothing will stop what heaven has started on your behalf. You are entering your era of reversal and reward. Type Amen to get blessing 2424. You are now in the center of a divine investigation. Not one led by men, but one directed by the hands of heaven. Every transaction, every forged login, every secret message sent using your identity is under surveillance from above. They thought by using incognito tabs and burner devices, they were safe. But there are no secrets in the spiritual realm. And now, the time has come where their footprints are being followed back to the root of their intent. A person wearing a mask of kindness was watching you. They acted interested in your well-being while logging into something behind your back. That duality will no longer go unnoticed. Type Amen to get blessing 2525 soon. Their name will come up in a place they never expected. An audit report, a database flag, a whistleblower email. And the irony is, they will be called in, questioned, and caught using the very lies they created. Your name will be cleared, not by you explaining yourself, but by the facts speaking for you. And the same people who laughed will become silent witnesses to your vindication. Archangel Michael says your name was never theirs to use. It was sealed with divine authority. And now, that seal is burning every forgery that tried to wear your identity. You are being remembered by the system, because heaven commanded it to awaken. Type Amen to get blessing 2626. The woman who once acted like your helper is having second thoughts. Guilt is eating away at her nights. She tries to pray, but feels nothing. That's because what she touched wasn't just your money, it was your divine inheritance. She is starting to see numbers reversed. Her own finances are turning to dust. Everything she tried to manifest by stealing your name is collapsing. That is the power of the spiritual law. What is taken wrongly can never be kept peacefully. And your peace is returning with force. Prepare your spirit for news. What was hidden behind a screen will be printed on paper and placed into your hands. Type Amen to get blessing 2727. Someone will try to convince you to let it go, to move on. But don't listen. That's not your spirit talking. That's the sound of their fear trying to disguise itself as peace. You're not being asked to fight with rage. You're being asked to stand with knowing. Heaven is your advocate now, and divine timing is your courtroom. When that final piece of evidence surfaces, whether it's a screenshot, a printed signature, or a secret voice recording, it will be the final crack in their illusion. They thought you were weak, but now, they will see how dangerous divine favor really is. Type Amen to get blessing 2828. Archangel Michael says your silence has been louder than any accusation. That's why everything is crumbling without you having to lift a single finger. Divine forces are pulling apart the structure they built on your stolen name. A woman who sits in a room filled with paperwork is beginning to sweat. Her name may not be on the bank account, but she processed something she shouldn't have. Her hands are not clean. Another man who was paid to ignore the signs is watching his emails pile up with warnings. He is afraid, because deep inside, he knows you were the one being wronged. Now he must choose, loyalty to lies, or surrender to truth. Type Amen to get blessing 2929. There is a child involved, a niece, a younger cousin, or a family friend. This child overheard something that could change the course of this case. Don't underestimate what they saw or remember. Soon, in innocence, they will say something simple. A sentence, a name, a place, and suddenly, it will click into place. That detail will link everything. That's when you'll realize the angels have been orchestrating every detail. You're not just part of the story, you are the revelation at the center of it. And no one will be able to silence what's already begun. Type Amen to get blessing 3030. The person who opened the false account is running out of moves. Their emails are bouncing. Their logins are being blocked. Their contacts are distancing themselves. Their downfall will not be loud. It will be slow, humiliating, undeniable. They will sit in a place they thought they owned, only to realize the power was never theirs to begin with. This isn't revenge. This is realignment. And you, the victim, are becoming the vessel of justice. Even your name is being washed clean by divine memory. You are no longer the target. You are the testimony. Type Amen to get blessing 3131 if you begin to have strange dreams, of banks, of signatures, of locks and doors. That's not coincidence. That's heaven preparing your consciousness. Your spirit is receiving downloads before the events fully manifest. Don't ignore the feelings in your gut. That unease is real. That alertness is your spiritual alarm. And when someone close to you begins to act overly friendly, question their timing. This is the season where masks fall, so let them. Don't rush to fix what was meant to fall apart. Archangel Michael says this is your rebirth through fire, but you will come out with more than they ever took. Type Amen to get blessing 3232.